stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. In the rapper world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Thank you all so much for being with me. Today is a holiday and I heard it off and on over the last week or so, but I just heard it again this morning. So it's, I think something like President's Day or something like that. So the government is shut down. The banks are closed and the freeway hopefully are cleared today. I believe it's President's Day or something like that. Not sure. It's some kind of a holiday. I just don't know what. Yes, I'm being told it's President's Day. Amazing. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. We have a brand new biblical question, and yesterday we dealt with last week biblical question for a moment, a brief moment, maybe a little longer. We really was talking about it the whole meeting, just didn't realize it. But what is your personality? And a young lady that was there, she talked about what is your personality, right? And she was saying that she's giddy, friendly, this and that, and this and that. And I said to her, those are a lot of personalities. Which one are you really? And do you switch from personality to personality? In essence, I don't remember how the whole discussion went. And she realized for a moment, well, if I'm not my personalities, who am I? If I'm not those personalities. And that was an awakened moment, I hope, for her. Because what I've come to realize that people don't really think. They don't really think about themselves. They don't know themselves. And so they just assume all these things about self without knowing themselves. You're not your personalities at all. Amazing. Well, I have a brand new biblical question. A brand new biblical question. What is trapping you? What is trapping you? Amazing, huh? I like these backgrounds they put up with the questions. Amazing. What is trapping you? You ever think about that? No, you don't. Because most people don't know themselves. They don't keep their eyes on themselves. If you ever get really serious about keeping your eyes on you, you're going to be surprised, happily surprised at what you will find. Really. You will not be disappointed. You're going to shake your head. I didn't know this. If you ever decide that you're going to keep your eyes on yourself, know thyself. Such a powerful statement. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're busy this morning, a lot of you are not working because of the holidays, so you might be going to the gym earlier during the show. If you are, whatever you're doing, you can still listen to the show live by calling the Talk Stream Live on your iPhone or iPad at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us on social media, JLP Talk on X and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. JLP Talk on X and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or Bond JLP on Cash App. Bond JLP on Cash App. All right? Amazing fellowship yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. Mind-blowing amazing. If you were not there or didn't catch it live, you missed it. But fret not. You can podcast it. RebuildingTheMan.com/church. RebuildingTheMan.com/church. You can podcast it, all right? It was amazing yesterday. So Hake's report come up after my show at 9 a.m. this morning, from 9 to 11, Monday through Friday. The Hake, HAKE report.com. 9 a.m. Pacific time. And today he has a guest host today. Big Bump is back. Big Bump is back. And Big Bump always come with news that we haven't heard about. Great stuff. So I look forward to that. He bring news that Hake hasn't found, and Hake find all the news. Amazing, huh? So I guess you're supposed to say Happy President's Day, whatever that means. I have said over and over again that our battle is a spiritual battle, that it has nothing to do with the physical. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Today is Monday. It is Monday, President's Day, but it's still Monday. Just another manic Monday. It's also Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Yep. Female Monday. And ladies, that means that we take all calls, but the ladies call first on Monday when they come in, all right? Female Monday, 888-7753-773. It's a spiritual battle. And when you wake up, because every human being is asleep, if you have anger, you can't see. If you're not forgiven, right? You cannot see. you are walking dead. You think you're alive, but you're really, your eyes are open, but you're barely breathing. Because anger is evil. Anger is darkness. Anger is bad for you. It's your enemy. It brings on fear. You have fear, you have anger. You have anger, you have fear. You have emotions, and emotions are not good. And by now, I would think that you could look around and see how bad emotions are. 'Cause look how crazy everybody, people who are into emotions, look what they're doing to themselves and to others if they allow it to happen. You can overcome, but you got to let go of the anger. You must forgive. Forgive your mother, forgive your father, and the light will come on and it will destroy the old evil nature. Human nature is evil. All right? I've said for a while that America, for years now, I was saying, wake up, America is becoming South Africa, mommy Africa. I've been saying that for a long time, and now it is like, since I first mentioned it, it seemed lightweight, because it was just beginning, but now it is like wide open now. And it's only going to get worse. Unfortunately, for the people who cannot see, it's only going to get worse. I look at how the government, the churches, your friends, your co-workers, your bosses in some cases, your experts, your counselors and others, all they push is fear. They want you afraid. Because if you have fear, you can be controlled. You can. You'll be on the run if you have fear. Fear, except for practical fear, walking across the street, you look both ways. You don't want to get hit by a car, or you don't want to go into a bad area and put your life at risk. Those are examples of practical fear. But there is an abnormal fear that other people with fear use against you in order to control you so they can feel alive, which is still not life. It's a false feeling of life, but it's not real deal. And I see that happening with the Great White Hope now. It's happening with him, but I don't know if it's happening to him. It's something magical about Donald Trump where nothing or no one seemed to stop him. That's why I want to encourage you, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I can't tell you that. But I can encourage you to have a little space between you and all people, really, but Donald Trump, but all people, your parents and everyone, a little space, and so you can observe preachers, teachers, prophets, evangelists, whatever they call themselves, or presidents of universities, heads of organizations, doctors, lawyers, psychiatrists, always have a space. And I want to encourage you to do what you want, to have that space and watch what's happening to Donald Trump and how he's handled it and the outcome of these things. They are amazing. It's almost like I'm looking at these, I'm like, what the? It's a clear battle of good versus evil. A clear. And it's the same identical thing that happened in South Africa. And now the country of South Africa is divided, and it's a mess. In my country, America, unfortunately, we are now divided. We are so divided that it almost seems like a common thing now, because you rarely do you hear about one nation under God, that we're supposed to be one nation under God. We're so divided and so pushed now that even when these groups that are divided, they call them the black group, the Asian group, the Chinese group. We can't say white group because you're not allowed to be a white group. It seemed normal. Yeah, I saw this thing where the people the blacks up in Harlem, New York, they held a town hall meeting. It appeared to be a town hall meeting because the mayor of New York, a black male, wanted to put illegal aliens in some building that they had started building there 10 years ago. And the people who were building the building ran out of money. They couldn't complete it. And so now the mayor and other government officials want to house the illegal aliens there. And the blacks in that area are mad about it. They want it. And so they had this meeting with the mayor to protest it. And they were like, it's time to start doing for us, the blacks. What are you going to do for us? We voted for you. We voted for Joe Biden. We voted for you. When will you do for us, the blacks? And it reminded me that there was no us before. It was we, the people. And we voted in, when I was growing up, they were voting in representatives that represented the people. They worked for the people. Now they're voting in different colored people, male and female, to represent group agendas. And it's not good. It's not going to turn out well. It is not turning out well. It will never turn out well. Even in your personal life, just think about it. If you are a divided person, and you are, most people, look how miserable you are. Your life is not working. I don't care how much money you have, how famous you are or not. Your life is not working because you are a divided person. It only works when you become a whole person, when you become one. And when I was growing up, America was happening. It was working because we were one. I remember when there was a fight at one time for English only. Speak English, no habla español. English only language. I remember there was a fight for that because in those days, the people wanted to keep America as one. Now we're divided. And so I want to use the word unfortunate, but I don't know how unfortunate it is. But I do know that the country is not coming back. And the same thing happened in South Africa. Check in South Africa. It has already happened there, and you will understand the things to come here. And so they're going after the great white hope, and so forth. There is no stopping him. Ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move, says the great white hope. This is from thehill.com. In laying the foundation for his decision against Donald Trump, Judge Engoron observed that this is a venial sin. I don't know what that is. Not a mortal sin. Yet, at $355 million, we would think that Engoron had found Trump to be the source of original sin. It's openly being done against Donald Trump, and they don't care that you know it's wrong. They can care less because the thrill that they get from trying to hurt Donald Trump is greater than the thrill they get from you concerned about what you think about it. Watch this compilation.
I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president. He should be charged with obstructing justice. I believe that the President of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses.
I will be shining a bright light into every dark corner of his real estate dealings. And every dealing, demanding truthfulness at every turn.
Would those comments have any legal basis for a dismissal here?
I think they're very troubling comments. The government is held to a different standard. And the public generally believes that when they say something that it's accurate. We can't have people targeting particular citizens when they're running for office, especially when there's been no investigation and certainly no finding yet at that time of any culpability.
Amazing, huh? It's interesting to me that that even though the right people to put in the right places to try and destroy good. It's mind-blowing to me. It's interesting in that you have a part of our population that over the last 70 years been groomed and prepped to use to bring nothing but destruction upon America. And that's the blacks. Whether you realize it or not, and not all the blacks, some are waking up now, but not all the blacks, even back then, they didn't fall for it. But if you really, really pay attention, you don't have to say it out loud in case somebody get mad at you. You can't have the people get mad at you. But just think about it and watch. Whenever they want hell brought into a situation, a country, or government, or business, or church, or anything, who do they bring? They bring the blacks, and especially the black female. This woman, big smile on her face, and all those black women standing around applauding, bringing evil into another person's life. And yet, most people don't see that our battle is a warfare between good and evil. And they're putting all the right people, the wrong people in the right places to destroy, especially white people and America. White people and America. Amazing, huh? And woe unto those people and that so-called attorney general, whatever she's supposed to be, for applauding and celebrating the suffering of another human being. There are just spiritual laws that you're not going to be able to get around. And it looked like to you and to others for a minute that you are getting away with trying to hurt someone else, but you're not. Inwardly, you're catching pure hell. And outwardly, you're bringing on destruction for yourself. But the thrill of thinking that you're getting away with it, a temporary fix, is deceiving you. Those people that are applauding that evil female for trying to hurt Donald Trump, they're living already to regret it, and it's only going to get worse. Y'all got to realize that we're all created from God. Something happened along the way, but we're still created from God. And we're supposed to treat each other better than what's happening now. $355 million. No one on the planet think that that's the right thing to do. Even those who are pretending to think that is right, they know it's wrong. According to AP.com, Donald Trump's legal debts might now exceed $500 million. in the United States of America, the home of the brave and the free. Think about this, generation to come now will not know the America that I knew growing up, the amazing America. And even these times gonna seem like paradise compared to the things to come. The battle is a spiritual battle. I would encourage you to wake up, overcome anger so you can overcome fear. I don't know how you're going to survive it otherwise. They are doing all this to stop one man from running for president. Why? This is what they do in communist, socialist countries in order to control the people. So that's why they're doing it, for money and perceived power. They don't want to let it go. Every ego is about him or herself, never about the. Look at your mother. Your mother don't care about you. Your mother is about herself and no one else. Not the kids, not the husband, not the nobody. Everything she does is about her. That's an ego. That's evil. This is from Bloomberg.com. Donald Trump vowed he will appeal the fine. Watch this from C-SPAN.
But a crooked New York State judge just ruled that I have to pay a fine of $355 million for having built a perfect company. Great cash, great buildings, great everything. It affects New York. It's mostly talking about New York, where we have a totally corrupt attorney general. She campaigned on the fact that I will get Trump, I will get Trump. Everybody's seen it. Letitia James, they've all seen it. It's a witch hunt against his political opponent, the likes of which our country has never seen before. You see it in third world countries, banana republics, but you don't see it here. There was no fraud. The banks all got their money, 100%. They love Trump. They testified that Trump is great, great customer, one of our best customers. They testified beautifully. If I weren't running, none of this stuff would have ever happened. None of these lawsuits would have ever happened. Nothing would, I would have had a nice life. But I enjoy this life for a different reason. We're going to make America great again.
Amazing. Just imagine if there were 10 white men as strong as Donald Trump in America. This country, it'll be paradise on earth already. Amazing, huh? And just think about this. Donald Trump doesn't have to run at all. Donald Trump, the great white hope, doesn't have to be going through any of this. All he can do, all he has to do is say, you know, I'm not running. And they will back off him just like that. It's not like he needs the money. How many people in America love the country and love what's right to that degree that they are willing to go through or deal with what's happening? Amazing. Your phone call when I come back, more on this story. So I'm being told that Saint Boniface Parish, is that right? Saint Boniface Parish, mortal sins are grave offenses that serve our friendship with God. Venial sins are lesser offenses that injure but do not destroy one's relationship with God. Whatever. What? Venial sin. I never heard of that. Let me take a break. 888-77-53773. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, He will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without, because he will show you how to deal with it. And you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. Amazing! What the? It's Female Monday. 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. Subscribe and follow. Run. Don't walk. Rush, rush, rush. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Subscribe and follow the JLP Radio Network on YouTube and Instagram. All right? We're absolutely doing amazing things. And thank you all for making it possible. He made it possible for the sun to shine. He made it possible for us to have peace of mind. So thank you. For personal shout-outs, I do them myself. Go to cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. Cameo, cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And birthday, weddings, anniversary, whenever you want shout-outs, go to Cameo. I'll do them for you there gladly. We've been doing some amazing ones lately. Encouragements and everything. Cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And don't forget to support my nonprofit at rebuildingthemand.com. Rebuildingthemand.com. All right? You can also call and make your donations as well. 1-800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. BOND. Bond. A little information about this day. The federal government called it Washington's birthday. Third Monday of February. But it's often served to honor all the presidents. Other states and cities call it President's Day. George Washington was born February 22nd. Others started to honor Lincoln, born February 12th. February the 12th. Lincoln born February 12th. That's from Google-Wikipedia. Amazing. So happy President's Day. Let me just finish this attack on the Great White Hope. Let me see what he has to say. I haven't heard from him in a minute.
I love the First Amendment. Nobody loves it better than me. Nobody. Who uses it more than I do?
Amazing. The Great White Hope. So a major, again, watch. Just over the years, I've been watching how he deals with things. I've been watching the attack and watching how he deal with them, and the outcome is, I'm always surprised at the outcome. Well, not really surprised because I don't know what the outcome going to be for the Great White Hope. But so far it's been amazing. So Donald Trump is going to appeal, according to C-SPAN, this money grab thing, $355 million. And have you noticed that if not all, most of the DAs are black and most of them are female? Tell me once, tell me twice. Who is being used for destruction? Is that being used for good? And blacks, to the blacks, y'all don't have to allow these people to use you for evil. But you got to take back your life so you can be guided by good. From CNN, Judge Angoran found Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump liable for a host of civil fraud counts in New York. He ordered them each to pay $4 million for their personal profit from the fraud. The one thing that is being said about this whole situation is that no one was hurt. No one lost anything. So who's going to get the money? There's no loss from anyone. No one was hurt. Who get the money? Here's, it's amazing. It's like, for me, it's amazing in so many ways. Some people don't believe that evil exists. The one thing I do want to tell you for sure and without a doubt, evil exists. And so does good. And evil works through human beings. So does good for those who return to good. Here's a perfect tweet from Elon Musk about this situation. Watch this from X photo.
Given that there were no victims with losses, who is supposed to receive the money?
Oh, isn't that great? Elon Musk. Right, who's going to get the money? Given that there are no victims with losses, who is supposed to receive the money? Amazing, huh? And this is from JonathanTurley.org. The court admitted that not a single dollar was lost by the banks from these dealings. Witnesses testified that they wanted to do more business with Trump, who was described as a whale client with high-yield business opportunities. Amazing. And I'm going to get you some calls, but as we move forward with this story, it's been reported that there are truckers who are refusing to transport loads to and from New York now as a result of what they're trying to do to the Great White Hope. There is evil and there is good. There's a God and there's a devil. Whether you know it or not. And evil lives in people, in the hearts of human beings. The human nature is evil. Who's on 3, Sean? Let me go to a first-time call out of New York. Jamie out of New York. Jamie, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
So I was just wondering, because I think last week you were talking with us. I will say, I'm sorry. I'm a woman, and I'm sorry, girls, but we are stupid. I was listening to a superwoman speak what a woman should be at home, and I was like, oh my goodness, the reason why we are failing so much in our home.
Yeah.
So, and my question was, because I wanted to understand this and see if I was right or wrong at this case, but it only takes a man for an answer. So I was telling Pastor that he was preaching the Word of God wrong about 30 minutes ago, and because I'm living the way that God is telling me to live, is that I've been freed from what you've been calling the fallen state, but we are. So how do I tell him to man up, I would say, because that's what he needs.
How do you tell him what now?
To man up, because I've been trying to, my husband, per se, I tell him, I'm like, you need to behave like a man. This is the reason why all men are now thinking that they want to be women, because their manhood is being attacked by their father, the devil, like you will call it.
And you want to know how to tell your pastor that? Are you married?
Yes, I'm married with my husband now, yes.
And what does your husband say about you talking to the pastor about that?
I think he's also in a fallen state because he doesn't understand that he's the head of me, I'll say. So I try not to make decisions in my house without his decision first, because I know that when a man of God, I'll say, makes a decision with his guidance, it's the house is way better. I've been praying. I've been telling I've been telling Christ, please help us, please. I need my husband to be more of you, more a man of God.
And do you tell your husband that too?
Yes, I do.
And what does he say when you tell him that?
Well, he's been trapped with. I'm sorry. He's been trapped with marijuana. So most of the time he's always on a daze, I would say. And I know it's because of that, but he just doesn't want to understand it.
Why did was he like that when you married him?
Yes, but we were both at a fallen state at the time when I married him.
Yeah, I understand. You're right about that. I totally understand that.
Yeah, so now that I'm not in a fallen state because God found me, I don't know, maybe I'll say about 2-3 months ago, my husband and my kids went to El Salvador. I'm Latina. They went to El Salvador in November, and I felt so alone. And I said, why do I feel so alone? I have a home. I have 2 babies. And that's when God told me, well, you need me. So that is the reason why I have changed everything that I used to be, because I used to be what all the super women are calling independent. I used to be independent, and I used to do it by myself because my father was absent from my home as well. Me and my mom and my father started fighting since I was a baby. I was only 2, but my mom was 16 at the time, and my dad was 19. Then my dad cheated on my mother. Then he had other 2 kids, and then he cheated on that woman as well, and then had another baby with that other woman, and then cheated on that woman, and finally got married. So yeah, that's my background.
So have you forgiven your mother?
Yes, I have. I've been dealing with my mom.
You told her?
Yes, I told her everything I felt.
Nice.
I said that I forgive her because I know it's not her.
Right.
I am, and deep down in her, she knows that it's not her, and that's the reason why now we get along. And I told that to my father as well. I'm like, you messed up a lot of my childhood. I had to go through so many things that I don't want. I wouldn't like to speak about it now, but I did told him that I'm like, but I forgive you, and I wish you can just receive the word of God. But I feel like men now, because I know the truth, it's hard for men to listen to a woman, which is the reason why is because we are just a help, I would say.
Yeah.
We're only there to support them specifically, and I'm here to raise my kids. But I always show my kids who God is and who their father is.
So let me just tell you, you're on the right track. So let me tell you this. As far as the pastor, leave him alone. Don't say anything to him. Leave him in his hell. All right? Let him stay in hell. And then with your husband, you just work on yourself You know, do the silent prayer, watch the thoughts, overcome the thoughts and feelings, and work on yourself, and God will work your situation out for you. You can't make your husband be right or anything. You can't impose on him. No human being can change another human being. And so by you not resenting him anymore and just working on you, I guarantee you everything's going to be fine for you. Whatever that is, you'll be fine. So back off the preacher, let him suffer, and let your husband suffer until
So
he's...
many people, though, in that church. So
I know, but
I've been asking God why.
you're not responsible for any of them.
Okay.
Just you're not your brother's keeper. Let them suffer in their hell, and you focus on you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, don't try to change others. If you do, they'll destroy you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so just do the silent prayer and watch your thought. Quietly work on you. If your husband overreact, he get angry or something, he overreact.
No, he's very humbled. He only listens. He's like,
I was about to say, it's okay. If he get angry, just say, hey, honey, you need to calm down. You're angry. But if not, you just work on you, and you'll be fine, all right?
Okay. Thank you so very much, Jesse. I really been trying to see what you will say.
It's good to hear from you.
Because I do take into consideration a lot of your words. Thank you. God bless you so much always.
You're welcome. And don't bother the preacher. Let him stay in his hell. Don't worry about the congregation. Let them suffer. They are responsible for themselves.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Good to hear from you.
All right.
Bye. 888-7753. 773. I think I accidentally hit the wrong button there.
I think you did.
I hit the wrong button. Who was that?
I don't know.
Sean, who I accidentally hung up on, Sean? Okay, let me go to for. Who is this on for? That's a real name? Oh. Let me go to the first time call out of Texas. Humble. Humble, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey Jesse, how you doing?
All is well. Your name is Humble?
Yeah, my name is Humble.
Right on. Welcome. You're on the air.
Thank you. Nice to talk to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I just had a question. I'm actually a truck driver, so the stuff that you were talking about earlier is true. I know a whole lot of truckers, owner-operators that are refusing to go to New York. So that is happening. That is true.
Right on.
But my question was about with reference to a call I listened to like a couple of days ago. I listened to you while I drive a lot, and there was a guy asking about his wife, and she wanted some attention. They married, and I'm in the process of courting a woman, possibly married. We don't live with each other. We're not having relations or nothing like that. I'm doing everything the right way, the way God intended. But he wanted to know if he should, give her time and date her. And you were saying that she was evil. She wanted attention, which I understand that, women, a lot of women want worship. But at the same time, I think we are supposed to love our wives as Christ loves the church. So my question for you is, how much attention should a man like myself or others that are building ourselves up, working on ourselves, providing for our families, how much attention should we be giving a woman? In my case that I'm dating, I'm not married to her yet, but I plan on getting there. How much time and attention should I be taking out for her?
That's a really interesting question. But before I respond to that question, you quoted something that God said. What was that?
Love our wives as Christ loved the church.
Oh, I see. And what does that mean to you?
To me, that means to, I guess you would say, just like following the golden rule, treating others as we want to be treated, loving someone as we would like to be loved, and doing things that we believe, the way we think God would do it.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means to me. Like trying to treat our families as God treats His church.
And who is this church?
The body of Christ, the people who believe and follow him, who believe that Jesus died, and those who are born again. That's his church. The people who are born again, who are following Christ's way of living.
What I want you to know is that your body is a temple of God, right? Your body is where we should worship him inwardly. And so, as being the head of the woman, the Son of God, you should guide her in the same way God is guiding you, in that he takes over and he caused your life to happen. He doesn't hate you. He loves you. He's not angry at you. He's patient with you. And likewise, you should treat your wife in the same way. Do not go along with her ego at all. Do not cater to her ego, but correct it, because her ego is the nature of the devil. Women nature is that of the devil, and because Satan is the woman's God until she returns to the Father. Satan is her God. And if you cater to her, you're only catering to evil, and it's just making her worse. But if you show her how to overcome that anger, how to overcome thoughts and feelings, then you're bringing her into paradise where you are, where God is guiding you. But if you cater to her, you're going to catch hell, she's going to catch more hell, and your children will be destroyed.
Okay, I definitely understand that. Thank you. One other question I had is the revelation that you preach about a lot of forgiving your mother and all the other kind of stuff. I got that revelation some years ago before my mom passed. I was, seeking God a lot, praying a lot. I've been doing a silent prayer since before I even heard about you. I don't know, God just put it on my heart to do that. I do it every night, though. I wasn't doing it every morning and night.
Right.
I was just doing it every night since I was like 12. And I was wondering, the revelation that you got from forgiving your mother, like, where did you get that? Like, when did it come to you? Like, how did you learn it? Was you just reading the Bible, or God had just put it on your heart?
Well, that's I have been going to church for a long time, and when I moved out here to LA, I started going to different churches because inwardly I had a lot of conflict. I had fear, I had doubt, and I used to date a lot of women. I was afraid to correct them. And if I broke up with one, I felt like I was losing my life, like my life in it, right? When I would break up with one, I would have to get another one. And then I was going to church and doing volunteer stuff, paying tithing, offerings, and everything. But inwardly, I wasn't getting any better. I still had fear and conflict. So I had read in the Bible, know thyself, right? So I didn't know myself, but I finally asked God to let me see myself. What's happening inside of me, right? And he allowed, it didn't happen the same day I asked, but one day he just allowed me to see that I had anger, that I resented my mother for trying to turn me away from my father, and that anger was keeping me away from him, from peace. And I went and forgave my mother, and everything changed. He took away the fear, he took away anger, so he took away the fear. And over the years, I've just been growing and growing and growing ever since.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the call. I enjoyed hearing whatever else you got to say. I'll be listening.
All right, but thank you. Back in a moment, 2 more hours to go.
Because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good, or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature.
It's George Washington's birthday observed. Navalny death fallout in Russia. People getting arrested. Wow. Nikki Haley's trying to weaken Trump in South Carolina, her quote-unquote home state. And the BAFTA awards. Oppenheimer won. BAFTA, it's British. And Ukraine aid mess. Hopefully we won't give any more war welfare, but I doubt it. I doubt that we won't. Storms in the West Coast over here. Storms are blowing through. This is the end of hour one of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Female Monday, February 19th, AD 2024. JLP will be right back to your calls and super chats and more great stories. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Washington's birthday coming on Sense Network. CNN reports thousands of U.S. employers observing President's Day, they call it, with an apostrophe after the S, a federal holiday that commemorates George Washington's birthday. The feds call it Washington's birthday. While most retailers and restaurants will remain open, many banks, post offices, and non-essential government agencies will be closed. Maybe most of it is probably non-essential. Navalny, was he killed? That Navalny guy? CNN reports the body of Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny should be handed over to his family immediately, so said his female spokesman, as she accused Russian officials of lying in order to delay the process. News of his death sparked outrage, with some so-called Western leaders blaming Vladimir Putin, because Putin had tried to poison him in the past, or Putin's government did, somebody. But he survived that, and then he went back to Russia, and then he was jailed. The far-left females at the Skim report more than 300 people have been detained at events across Russia while paying tribute to the opposition quote-unquote leader, Alexei Navalny. On Friday, Russian officials announced that Navalny, who, I may be butchering his name, by the way, who was serving a 19-year sentence for extremism charges, died at a remote Arctic penal colony. So rest in peace, him. And chin up kings to the 300 people detained at events, I guess, if you're kings. Nikki Haley, former UN ambassador and disgraced former governess of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, continues to travel across her so-called home state, according to the ladies at the Skim, in hopes of cutting into our greatest president, Trump's lead during the South Carolina Republican primary. She was doing that on Saturday or something, coming this Saturday. According to recent polls, it's unlikely she'll make much of a dent. British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Last night, Oppenheimer won big at the 2024 BAFTA Awards, BAFTA, also known as the British equivalent of the Oscars, I guess. It took home 7 prizes. Best film, best director, best actor. Well, congratulations to them. Isn't that nice? Ukraine propaganda, here's your daily dose. As funding for Ukraine faces an uncertain future in Congress, the U.S. Army has been left to foot the bill for hundreds of millions of dollars in support for Ukraine's war effort against Russia. A lost cause, by the way, Ukraine. Over the last few months, since October 2023, the beginning of the fiscal year, the Army has spent over $430 million on various operations, including the training Ukrainian troops, transporting equipment, and U.S. troop deployments in Europe. Why are they doing that? Army officials are concerned about that without new funding, they will have to begin pulling money from other critical projects to continue to support Kiev. However, a Kiev foreign aid bill is in limbo, as many U.S. lawmakers have left for recess. I wish I got recess now. As House Speaker Mike Johnson appears defiant because he doesn't want to bring it to the floor for a vote, maybe. And West Coast storms. The storms are blowing through, guys. Coming on Sense Network, CNN says another atmospheric river formed across the U.S. West Coast. Nearly the entire population of California remains under flood alerts. So we'll be watching out. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
men have got to stand up strong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show already. The second hour. You can get involved. There's a line open if you want to jump in there. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Brand new biblical question. And it's another doozy. It's like, Mamma mia, hola, si señor, gracias. What's trapping you? What's trapping you? Isn't that an amazing question? Yes, Jesse, that is an amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're busy, it's a holiday for the government workers and the banks and Mamma Mia. You might be out working out early today. The gym's normally full this time of morning when people are off like this. Or you may be trying to cross the borders today. Or you may be trying to buy some fentanyl right now. You want to get high. Or you may be buying some pot. Whatever you're doing. Or you just might not be doing anything. You can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. Follow us on social media. Rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. You got to know how to rumble. Or cozy.tv/JLP. Cozy, where Christ is King. Cozy.tv/JLP. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or RebuildingTheMan.com. On RebuildingTheMan.com, it's tax deductible. Isn't that amazing? So, it's Monday. And for the new callers who might not be aware, every Monday and we take all calls, but we just take the ladies first when they call in. It is Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Tell me about the good old days. A couple lines open, 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Before I go back to the phones here, I want to read some super chats. Super.
Morning.
Good morning.
Ramel in the loop bought a coffee saying the anchor baby is a pilot! Triple exclamation mark. I might have read that on Friday, but I thought it was worth noting.
The anchor baby is a pilot. And the Anchor Baby show is Monday through Thursday at 12 noon Pacific time, the American Anchor Baby. And then on Fridays when he fly his plane at 4 p.m. Pacific time, the American Anchor Baby. Amazing.
I'm going to call the FBI on him, though.
Right.
Or the Secret Service, because he nosedived Trump Force One and crashed it. It was belly up on top of the ocean.
He did?
On Friday.
Are you serious? Was he high?
High on depression.
Energy. He said, the Anchor Baby said, I was depressed.
Yeah. So he Clintoned everybody. All the souls on his plane.
Amazing.
There was trouble streaming, but he did a special stream on Saturday, too.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah. Gavin from North Georgia bought 15 coffees, very generous, saying, Harpo beats me, beta.
You told Harpo to beat me. All my life, I've been beat by men. My daddy, my brothers, my uncles. A girl ain't safe in a house full of men. I ain't gonna take it no more. Poor Oprah. What the? Amazing. Thank you.
Also on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Spirit Girl 13 says, hi, Jesse. Lately, I've been having so-called problems come up due to past poor decisions. People I know would freak out and become depressed, but I'm just calm about it. It's freaking me because I feel like I should have some drive to solve these problems, but I see that I can't. I can't do anything but wait, and that's the scary part. Right now, I'm aware of Satan's hand in this as the one who feeds fear. But honestly, what I did was stupid and avoidable, yet I did it. Sounds like I'm judging myself. Is waiting and seeing the best thing to do? If so, how do you wait and see? Amazing.
Number one, there's no such thing as past problems. Number two, there's no such thing as problems, period. Number three, just live in the present and let life happen. And the idea of past is only an idea given to you by evil. All right, so all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. Amazing. You know, there was a caller just before the break, and his name was, what was his name? It was different. Humble.
Humble, yeah.
A truck driver, Humble. And Humble wanted to know how to treat his girlfriend, maybe one day wife. And because the Lord said to love your husband, love your wife. Husbands, boyfriends, it doesn't mean to cater to the woman at all. Don't cater to her ego, period. You treat her the way God is treating you. You don't resent her, you don't overreact, you're not afraid of her, you don't cater to her. And you're going to treat her right. You'll be guided by the truth. And then you will be able to help her to come out of the hell that she's in. But when you cater to women, you're keeping them in the hell that they're in. Men is supposed to point the way out of the hell, not go into the woman's hell and cater to it. And that's what love is to be honest with her, but don't resent her. But do not cater to her. Don't listen to her. Don't cater to her. Amazing. Thank you.
Rex Rev 93 bought a non-pithy coffee. I sent you it in its entirety so you can check it out on your own. But he says, Jesse, I'm a 67-year-old male who loves God and understands Jesus and walks close to the Lord. And he realized that politics is a battle of good and evil. I love you, Jesse. Not a fanboy, just a believer. Press on, my brother.
Thank you. Amazing. Appreciate it.
Someone bought a coffee. Have you ever noticed that the tech companies like Facebook, YouTube, etc., operate just like the devil in that they try to think of creative and clever ways to keep your attention? They'll give you thrills and play on your emotions to keep you staring at a screen and take you away from the present, just like the similarity. Just thought the similarity was interesting.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. What the?
We were streaming on IG for church, Rebuilding the Man IG for church with Jesse Lee Peterson yesterday. And I wish you well, 11, says, is it good to practice gratitude in prayer? Because all thoughts are lies, etc., etc., etc.
What does that mean to practice gratitude in prayer? I don't know what that means.
It could. He did not elaborate.
I don't
I
know
could
what
speculate.
that means. You want to speculate? Or
Yeah.
should I have him making
Such
clear?
as, oh, I don't know. Thank you, Lord, for this good food. Stuff like that.
What?
Thanking God for different things in life.
What?
Thanking God for different things in life.
That's gratitude?
Yeah, gratitude means thanks. Means thanking. Thankfulness.
And so while they were praying, they want to be thanking God too?
He doesn't say that he wants to. He's just wondering if it's good. Or
I don't understand. Really, I can't answer it because the question is not clear. If you can make it clear for me, I appreciate it, and thank you.
Evgeny Crosby gave a Diamond Church with Jason Lee Peterson in one word. Amazing.
Amazing.
J91____. I'm loving church on IG. A lot more accessible. Thank you, Jesse and crew.
We had amazing fellowship yesterday. It was like Pastor Bucket. Thank you. There were some people there from Alabama. Homeboy, homegirl. And I felt like I knew them. It was so amazing. Alabama, Louisiana. They drove all the way from Louisiana just for the meeting, to make it on time for the meeting. I don't know if it's just for the meeting, but to make it on time for the meeting. Now you know you want the truth when you do things like that. It was honor meeting them. Country people too. I loved it. It's like meeting my folks. Amazing. Thank you.
Umfana Wobsiko says, you have helped me so much, sir. Celebration emojis with the hands lifted up. Glory to God, direct from South Africa.
Mommy Africa, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Piotr Robel bought 5 coffees. Thank you, Jesse, for the best fellowship on this side of heaven. Amazing. Thumbs up emoji.
Amazing. If you missed it, you were not there, or you didn't catch it live, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com/church. rebuildingtheman.com/church. Thank you.
Drew bought 3 coffees. We need a Fallen State interview with Sarah, if possible.
Smile. Won't you smile a while with me, Sarah?
Sarah from Waco, Texas. Not really Waco, but...
Oh, the caller.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah. Amazing. This Sarah never did tell her what kind of religion she had.
Yeah, that was a Friday call.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Nice lady, though.
Not a victim bought 3 coffees. No message. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mac O'Leary, 3 coffees. Shout out to, quote-unquote, Hake of the Hake Report for my birthday shout-out last week.
Quote-unquote, Hake.
Thank you, Mac O'Leary, and you're welcome. Terry Strange bought a coffee. I'm trapped by my need to listen to the JLP show. Oh, I guess this is an answer to the biblical question.
The brand new one or the one last week?
The new one.
What's trapping you?
I'm trapped by my need to listen to the JLP show every Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Nice trap. Thank you. I'll respond on Sunday if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise.
And pardon me if I butcher this name, but Joao, John in English, I'm Brazilian, bought a coffee. Hi, Jesse. I was hooping and rolling in church for 7 years before I forgave my mother. I couldn't see the mess that it was. Yeah. I spoke to the apostle there. He told me that God wants you to be emotional and also to have a man over you. And if that man told me to go to the right, I should go to the right. He called you a false prophet and told me I was only repeating what you said. Got out of there faster than a black man runs from a job. The path is really narrow, man. No one's going to take me out of it. Much love from Brazil.
Wow, heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The spirit is the same. Evil tells everyone the same thing. God does the same thing. He tells you this, what's right. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. You haven't seen anything yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Joao. That's even worse. John in English, Brazilian. Mr. J bought a coffee. Mr. Sandman told me to relay a biblical question during church yesterday. What's wrong with the blacks?
Amazing. What's wrong with the blacks? Thank you.
Sharmi Peterson bought 3 coffees. Uncle Jesse, I've been working on myself, losing weight, keeping my home clean, and doing the silent prayer. Is it normal to be emotional, then peaceful? Scrunchy laughing face emoji. Trump 2024.
Nice. No, it is not normal to be emotional. It's abnormal. It's not normal. Thank you.
And thank you, guys. I do believe that is all for now.
Amazing.
Oh, Joel's here for some reason, though.
I want to take a call, and then I want to ask you, Joel, a question.
Okay.
And Joel got some things about the dogs. Who let the dogs out? Let me go to Andrea. Andres, a first-time call out of Texas. Andres, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Awesome. Hey. So I want to tell you a little bit of my story.
Okay.
So I knew Jesus before I met my husband. And of course I already knew better about, only wedding the person that, bears the same yoke and that, knows about God and respects him and honors him and recognizes him, as the father. But, and also, I had just been through a lot of relationships where it didn't work out. And then I finally was like, one day I pulled over and I was like, God, I literally give you my life and do whatever you want with it because it's yours. And, yes, I do have this wish of, finding a husband, and please send it to me whenever and whoever you want, right? So anyways, after that, I ended up meeting my husband, and everything worked out so beautifully. You know how you keep saying, like, if it just, you don't push it, it just works out, and, it makes you have peace and everything.
Right.
So it did, even though he doesn't believe in God. And that was the one thing where I should have known better. But, I married him. And the thing is, now we've been married for 5 years. We have 2 beautiful daughters. And, I just realized how he has changed me for the better. I had this feminist ideas, and I was like, I had anger towards my dad also because, he basically was never there for me. And I also, that helped me also to forgive him and other people in my life too, my grandma and other people. And it was after I met him, it was like, I guess, being married is, it's challenging, and it just, and becoming a mother just makes you, confront those things, in order to be a good wife and a good mother, and, anyways, my question is, or my comment is, even though I didn't go by what the word says to marry someone that also is in the family, or in that believes in him, it just feels that, it has been a benefit for me. So I guess, for those people that ended up doing the same thing that I did, those women, like, I guess I'm asking for, like, I've been asking God for confirmation on, like, should I still, so I guess, also because we've been, having, challenges and stuff in the marriage, and I'm just like, well, is it God telling me, like, should I, like, not continue, or or is this common, in almost over every marriage, and I should just fight for it, keep fighting for it? I guess, I've been having this battle.
So your question is, and what is your question for me?
Yeah, so it's like, for maybe there's other people, like, in my situation as well, like, that maybe they also have this in their heart, like, is this something that, even though we're, like, in the situation, this is something that, you just continue fighting for, even though, like, your partner is not, for God?
So you want to know, should you stay in the marriage?
Yes.
And so you said that you married this man, and as a result, he has made your life better. Did she
yes,
say that?
yes. And I recognize that, and I love him, and that's why every day I pray for him, and I thank God for him as well.
And so then what's the problem if things are working? Why are you wondering if you should stay in the marriage or not?
Well, I guess because he's made it kind of, he's made comments where, like, he says he doesn't love me anymore. And I just feel sometimes that maybe, like, you know, like, should, if there's no love, like, should, you know, do two people stay together even though there's no love from one person, in this case from him?
I know, you don't love me no more, no more, no more, no more, and I ain't loving you no more. So he told you I don't love you no more?
That he doesn't feel the same way about me anymore. And it's because, and to be honest, again, at the beginning, I was not who I am now. He has changed me a lot. And
Also, when he first married you, you would not obey him?
right, yes,
And
correct.
now you started to obey him?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
But he's mad at you because in the beginning you made it rough, and
Yes.
now he's kind of mad at you and doesn't want to deal with you anymore?
Yes.
Oh, I see. And your question is, should you stay with him knowing he doesn't love you?
Well, my question is, you know, like, is it actually selfish of me to, like, keep him, you know, and because I basically harm him at the beginning, you know?
Is he still there? Is he still staying there? He still live with you?
Yes.
He still treat you well?
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You don't need him to love you in that phony love you guys came together with anyway. As long as he's there, he's treating you well, you just need to apologize for not obeying in the beginning, and just do right, and whatever happens, you'll be fine.
Okay. Is there anything else that I need to do for him besides praying and, you know, continue, you know, like, basically...
well, you don't need to pray for him. You just you wish him well. That's your prayer. But you need to pray for you, that God will put you on the right track and keep you there. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes.
You're doing it every morning, every night?
Yes.
Okay, well, all you need to do then, and you forgave your mother, your grandmother, and everybody, right?
Yes.
Well, just do the silent prayer. Don't listen to the thoughts at all, because the thought's going to tell you, oh, he said he doesn't love you anymore. You shouldn't be with him now. You should do this. It's a setup. Do not listen to any thoughts, and just take it one moment at a time, one day at a time, and let what happens happen. Let it happen naturally. If he stays naturally, you're fine. If he leaves naturally, you're fine. Don't try to make it happen either way.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't try to make it happen either way. You just work on you, and do not listen to what the devil tell you at all. The thoughts will make you make the wrong decision.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So don't worry about it. As long as he's there and he's treating you like a wife, and he's the husband and treating the kids fine, and he want to be there, you just work on you and don't worry about him.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you so much.
All right. Let me know how it goes, all right?
Yes. God bless you.
You too. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Aaron out of New Jersey. Aaron, and there's a line open, folks. Aaron, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How's it going? I just have a really quick question for you today.
Okay.
I went to church for the first time yesterday in my adult life. All on my own. I don't really have a whole lot left in my life in terms of, like, human relationships. I'm ever since I went on this path, I kind of lost everybody. I'm not going to lie. Which I'm not even really mad about. It is what it is. But I went there yesterday, and the pastor was, like, just reading out of the Bible the whole time, flipping back and forth the whole time, and then we had to sing hymns and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get your opinion because I was sitting there in the church yesterday. And it's really nice, folks. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still like what the pastor talked about, and I think he had a good message at the end of the day. But I don't know. Like, I kind of wanted your thoughts on that. Like, I don't know what to really think about that. Like, with the singing and all that kind of mumbo jumbo. Like, I didn't really feel that kind of stuff, and I just wasn't really. I just feel like I wasn't really fitting in with them that well.
And so your question for me is what?
My question for you is like, well, one question I have is they kept referring to God as Yahweh. Do you know what Yahweh is? Like, can you explain to me what that is? Because I actually don't know what the whole Yahweh deal is.
You know, I don't either, except for I think it means God. Isn't that right, Jay? It means God. They're saying God with a different name.
Okay, so then it means God. Okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts then on that. Like, should I keep on going? Because like I'm a devout Christian. I've been watching your show since I've been in high school, and I am going to be 29 in October. So I've been watching your show for a long time. Your message of God and your message of the Bible has helped me beat addiction. It's helped me overcome anger. It's helped me overcome resentment. It's helped me get through some really bad times in my life. You know, I feel like I have a good grasp of things almost in that sense. And I don't know, like, if I'm trying to get a thrill out of going to church and, like, getting that. Like, I just kind of wanted to ask you, like, should I keep attending or should I just continue the path I'm going on? Still sticking as a Christian, but, like, just kind of on my own, you know? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
What is a devout Christian?
When I say devout Christian, I'm not like I guess that might be a little bit too much strong of a word because I'm not.
I mean, what does it mean? What does that mean? I don't even know what it means.
I shouldn't even have said that because I don't even know what it means. To be honest with you, I'm not even really I'm not a devout Christian because I don't go talking about it. But when I say I'm a devout Christian, it means that I love God. That's what I mean. Like, me personally, like it just means that I love God. I really do put my faith in Him. Like whenever I'm feeling nervous, I always recite the prayer in my head. You know, He's helped me out with it. Like I said, He's helped me out with overcoming addictions.
And so your question is, should you go to that church or not?
Yeah, kind of. Like, should I keep going? Because, you know,
if you want to, go. If not, don't. But do not judge the people there. They can't see. They don't understand. So don't judge them for what they're doing because some of them want to know the truth. Some of them are trying to find their way back to the Father. And so don't judge them either way. But do what you want. You want to go. If you don't, don't. But do not judge the people there at all, including the preacher.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your advice. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Have a nice rest of the day.
You too, buddy. I got to ask, and then I get back to your calls. 888-7753-773. There's one line open. When I come back, I got a question for Joel and Hake, my experts. And then we got some comment about dogs. Who let the dogs out? What a mess. And more of your phone calls. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Don't get carried away. Amazing. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. I want to, there is a line of, I've been talking a lot about dogs, and I even mentioned that, how come somebody turned the air conditioner? It's so high. What? Why you got it up so high? It ain't that hot in here.
It's hot for me.
And I've been Sunday I mentioned, okay, dogs have emotions, right? And that dog can feel pain. If you hear the dog, he'll yell. If dog is hungry, they'll whine. And they do feel emotions. But the feeling you have for the dogs is you have gone to the level of a dog, an animal. Your emotion, you're in an animal state of being. And so the dog is not feeling for you what you feel for the dog, right? The dog don't love you. The dog have pain, though, but they don't love you, right? So we've been talking a lot about the dog because the people going crazy over dogs. But Joel got some responses from people. He has some responses from people about dogs, what I've been saying about the dogs, right, on Instagram. Am I right, Joel?
Yeah, yes.
And this is Joel Friday. He's the host of Joel Friday TV, Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right after the Hake Report.com. And Joel Friday is also one of the experts on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show.
Yeah, so I just wanted to reveal how deep the attachment runs.
The mic is on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how deep the attachment runs for people with their dogs. And I didn't realize how deep it was until I'm reading these comments from a video that we posted a while back of a lady clinging on to the hood of the car that was moving.
Right, she put her life at risk over a dog. Some people, according to the report, some people were trying to steal her dog. And when she realized they were trying to steal it, she jumped on the hood of the car, or somehow or another ended up on the hood. And she said she was really to risk her life for a dog.
Yeah. So that video did pretty good on the channel.
Amazing.
And I was just reading the comments, and I was just blown away at some of the comments. So I'm going to read a few of them here. One person says, responding to your comments about a dog,
Come
says
this way.
Joel, move to the right.
Nice. That's better.
This is too close to James.
I'll move this way further.
There's no fine up there.
Yeah, it looks better. We'll have to just suffer.
Okay, go ahead.
Some guy says to you, Jesse, this guy has no heart. A dog is a member of the family. And then another person says, no limits for those we love. Dogs, cats, and otherwise. It's not confusing. It's love.
A dog is not a member of a family. Not your family. He may be a member of the dog family, but not the human family. The member of the family is the husband, the wife, and the children.
What the?
Not the dog, not the furniture, not the cat, not the bear, not the snake, but the children. The dog is the member of the animal family.
Come on, man.
The kingdom family, not the human family. What the?
I think the educated people are making the animals be members of the family because the educated people are not having babies.
I know uneducated people doing that too. Don't look over there.
Well,
Hey,
he's
you looked
white.
over there.
Whites are not having babies either. If you don't want us to look over there, don't point over there.
But there's a bunch more. So, without question, right up on there clinging. That's what they would do. They said that without question, I'd be right up on there clinging.
On the car?
On the car.
The hood of the car.
Yeah, and they say, just as I would any of my kids, you can get a new dog, but you cannot replace that one dog. They're all different. They're special.
What?
And there's
Repeat
no...
that?
Amazing! It says, I would be right up there clinging on the hood, basically.
Right.
Just as I would any of my kids. You can get a new dog, but you can't replace that one dog. They're all different. They're special.
What?
And there's no LOL, laughing emojis. It's serious.
That is so crazy. I don't even know what to say. Repeat it.
It says, you can get a new dog. Okay, so without question, I would
be on the hood.
Right up there clinging. Just as I would with any of my kids. You can get a new dog, but you cannot replace that one dog. They're all different. They're special.
You know what's evil about this whole thing? This is evil.
It gets worse.
This is pure evil. Human beings now treat dogs better than they treat human beings.
Yeah, it gets worse. That's
They'll
what I'm
be
saying.
nasty and rude and cruel and gospel and revengeful and bite with one another, but they'll treat a dog better, and they feel like they're right.
Yep. And think that it's pure or it's special.
That's evil. Pure evil. It's pure, all right, but evil.
It says people that care about their pets have a care about other people.
No, they don't.
People who don't like animals are capable of harming others.
I guarantee you, people that into dogs and animals hate human beings. They don't treat human beings well at all. Amazing.
It says, I'm definitely risking my life for my dogs, be it burning house or a speeding car. I'm not giving up on them.
What?
It's because a dog is more loyal than a human. That's not true either.
Not at all. Don't feed that dog. See what happens.
Only person who wouldn't save an animal is a weak, pathetic person.
JLP raising his hand.
I raised my hand.
It says, some people should just not have pets. If you wouldn't save your dog's life, and I know that dogs would try to save yours. That's what they said.
Well, I don't have any pets.
You say you shouldn't have one.
I don't.
That means you don't care or love the dog, and that is very telling how you would treat him.
Right.
Him or her. Very sad.
What?
Very sad.
What the part? That part?
It's very telling how you would treat him or her. Very sad.
I treat human beings I treat dogs fine. I don't kick them. I don't yell at them. But I don't turn them into a human being. For ego's sake. That's for sure. What the?
There's a few more here. Hey, Jesse, I understand what you mean. However, I don't hold the same opinion on the subject. Have you ever had a pet whom you've grown attached to? Just asking, because if you have, you should understand at least. What pet hurt you, Jesse? LOL. At least they put an LOL there.
I have had, when I was growing up, I had a dog named Tony. And then when out here, I had a dog, Afghan dog. Afghan with a pretty long hair dog.
I never heard of that.
They're expensive uppity dogs.
Ah.
They're only for the elite.
Were they big or small?
They're tall Afghan.
Oh yeah, like that.
Oh, I've never seen. Oh. What?
They're expensive dogs.
Yeah.
The Afghan hound.
And the only I had that one, somebody gave it to me. And they did not live in the house. So I have dogs before, thank you. And they were still animals. I didn't try to get a sense of life from them.
Right.
Or love.
Did it show affection to you?
No. I mean, what do I mean?
The dog. Was it ever like wagging its tail and happy to see you?
When I'm about to feed her, they come smiling and wagging and happy.
Did you pet him?
But when soon they were going to eat, they went to lay down.
Did you pet him ever?
Yeah, I guess so. Come on, boy, get your food.
That's patting. I didn't say pat. I said pet. Like, no, like you brush him with your hand. No?
He better go wallow around in the grass.
That's neglect.
He wallow around in the grass. God didn't make me to pet no dog.
Did he ever try to lick you?
I would never let that happen. If he tried, I'm sure he did. But ain't no way. I'm like, get back.
All right.
Bet your life. Oh, go ahead.
Dogs clean their behind and private parts with their mouth.
You saw that? This Afghan did
All
it?
dogs do it.
And they eat baby poop.
Yeah. They eat throw up.
Uh-huh.
If you vomit, a dog will eat it up.
A dog eat their
That's
own
good,
vomit,
though.
too.
That's why they're a
vomit.
friend.
Uh-huh.
No, that's how they stay healthy.
Okay. I think that might be an old wives' tale.
Or no, they just have no limit how nasty they are.
That's what I like about it.
Right. That's a good point.
What?
That they had no limit to how nasty they are.
Right.
They'll do
They'll eat
As a
anything.
matter of fact, unless you train it, it'll do anything and everything.
Yeah. GoogleReads.com said Mark Twain once said.
Goodreads.
What? Oh, I said Google. Goodreads.com. Mark Twain once said, the more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. I know what you mean, Mark Twain. Okay.
And a fun fact, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth.
That's what they say. They say that.
They lie.
No.
How can they be, and they eat throw up, they eat bathroom stuff, they live at the toilet.
That's how they survive.
They eat vomit. How can their mouth be cleaner than a human? They don't brush their teeth.
They don't need to.
I would like to hear.
I know because they ripe their tongue.
Their tongue is a toothbrush. It's a built-in toothbrush.
That's right.
These are facts.
Yeah, right.
I have two more. Bet your life I'm going to protect my fur babies as well as I do my children. We choose to have dogs. We choose to protect them. Most dogs will die to protect you. Unconditional love.
Amazing. Ain't no dog gonna die to protect you unless you train that dog to do that.
We love our dogs, brother. 90% of humans are no freaking good. Most of us are pure evil. Dogs are the most loving creatures on earth.
See, I told you they love the animal more than love the dog. And if you don't love a human being, you don't love the dog either, because you can't love one and hate the other.
And they go on to say,
if you don't love all, you love none.
It's going to say, it would be a much better world if we love each other like our best friends do. You shouldn't be, best friends referring to the dog, you shouldn't be so negative about people loving their dogs to death. I guess it's a thing you'll never understand. Maybe you never owned a dog, or you're just cold-hearted, no emotions.
I said I understand in that you're in a animal-like state, and so you think the dogs love you because you feel dog love for them. That ain't love. You're an animal.
I have a theory that was the last one, but I have a theory that there's much more, but I didn't read all of them. But I have a theory that dogs originally were never pets. They were only here to serve a purpose. Like we only had them as pets to serve a purpose.
To go hunting.
Right, whether to hunt or to protect the house.
Right.
But now we've weakened the dogs by having them as comfort toys.
The human nature is evil, and they have weakened the dog for self.
Yeah.
And they pretend it's for the love of the dog, but all egos are about self and nothing to do with the dog at all.
That's true. I've never seen so many little useless lap dogs.
Yeah.
In my life as present day. I remember when they first came out with Chihuahuas, and that was like the only little dog that we'd ever heard of. Besides sometimes wiener dogs, but wiener dogs are pretty vicious and they're useful. They'll kill snakes and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Right.
And but it's all ego. It's all for themselves. They don't care the damage that they're causing their dog. It's the same way with mothers and children. The mothers don't care the damage that they're causing their children, as long as they get an ego thrill, whether it's hurting the children or feeding the kids' ego.
And that's a good point. But nobody even looks at even children, animals, or anything as a purpose to why they're having them.
Right.
It's just for the sake of satisfying
100%
ego.
And they're doing eugenics on dogs.
Yeah.
They're like making them, instead of super dogs, they're making them super weak dogs.
Yeah.
The human nature is very destructive because it's evil. Human natures, all human beings' natures are evil. They have no love. So I got to ask y'all this before we go. That's amazing research. But I understand. I totally understand. Joel and James, Hassan, you might want to get in on this one too. You're one of the experts. Remember when Jesus healed the man and he said, go and don't tell anyone?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that, Hake?
I remember a few times he said that to people whom he healed.
He said, go and tell no one?
Yeah.
You remember that, Hassan?
Yes, sir.
And why did he say tell no one?
Maybe James goes first.
All right. Hake, why did he say tell no one?
At the time, I assumed that he was trying to keep a low profile until it was his time to get a high profile and then get negative attention and killed and stuff.
Where you get that from?
My assumptions from childhood.
Oh, you say you assume that.
Right.
You assume it.
Well, he did say something like, my time has not yet come, but I don't know if that was in the same context that he did say that. But yes, I assumed.
Why you think he told the people tell no one when he healed? He said go and tell no one.
I thought I believe the same thing, only because I've been watching the show. I've heard that before, but I'm watching the Chosen, the show, and they actually I just seen the episode where they showed that, like, that part where he healed the person. And he said don't tell anybody yet, but it seemed as if from that scene that it was for that same reason, to keep a low profile, because he knew that if he were to make a ruckus about it, then he may not be able to heal as many people as he would like to, because they were going to kill him. That's what I think.
Why are you laughing? Huh?
Because you always get this kind of look that the other person who is receiving the look kind of feels silly.
What do you say, Hassan? Why he think after he healed the people, go and tell no one?
I think because he wanted to know that the people were like seeking or asking for the right reason, instead of it becoming like a spectacle of like, oh, this person heals, so I can just go and ask for the physical like healing of stuff, instead of really seeking for like the spiritual reason of it, like really asking for like the quote unquote right reason, or like seeking for the right reason, instead of it just becoming like a magic man, like, can you fix my leg or fix this? More of like being healed because they had faith or they believed.
And where'd you get that from?
Well, it just makes me think about like a lot of different things that that get turned into like idols or different things. Like there's this thing where I grew up where Virgin Mary appeared on this glass window.
Virgin Mary appeared?
Yeah, like there was this image. It was over 20 years ago.
That was in a movie?
No, this happened in real life in my neighborhood.
Mary really appeared in your neighborhood?
Yeah, it's
Was
on the
she
news.
rapping?
Huh?
Was she rapping?
It's on the news.
Was she rapping when she came?
Oh, no, she just was appeared.
Did she have on sock shoes?
That's interesting, actually. But what I'm saying is now, to this day, for 20 years, people still go there and they now worship this piece of glass, and it become like this whole physical thing where I think it would have turned into that. Like people would have just went to Jesus to get all these different wishes or healings, but I think he didn't want it to become that. He wanted it to be like a knowing inside spiritually, and so people could be healed by their faith.
Amazing.
And not just asking.
It's an interesting question, and I just realized this morning what it was about. And now that I've talked to my experts about it, I'm going to deal with it on Thursday during Bible Thumper Thursday. Sean, will you make note of that? When Jesus healed the people, he said, go and tell no one. Why did he say to them, go and tell no one? Isn't that an interesting comment, though?
Yeah. At first, I wanted to think that it was like this thing of him wanting to not let the left hand know what the right hand was doing type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then further on in the story of the show, it just, like what James said, it seemed as if he was just really trying to keep a low profile, so blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, so you think James is right about that?
Yeah, that was my thought before. I was going to say that before James said
So you
it.
think James is right?
Yeah, I agree.
Would you put your life on it?
I put my, that's heavy.
You right, I'm just playing.
And then I get carried away.
Yes, Jay?
It crossed my mind that when you first asked the question that it's kind of like when you find the truth and you get all excited about it and tell people and stuff like that, and then you lose it when you're blabbering it because you don't really have it.
I like that word.
Blabbering?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, guys, my expert. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Amazing response about the dogs, huh?
Oh, my God.
People going crazy. How can you be that? I understand. I'm asking a question I do understand. How can you be that way over an animal and not see there's something wrong with it, the way you're acting?
Yeah.
Just the other day, real quick, the devil gave me a thought and said, oh, Sandy's going to be 2 years old soon. He's not going to be a baby anymore. But then I was like, no, Sandy always be my baby.
I like how you call this stuff evil, Jesse, because nobody else calls it evil. It just seems like a harmless, cute, weak thing.
No, it's pure evil.
Right.
It's anything to feed the human being's ego and prevent him from loving God and loving one another the way God loves us.
It's a blindness, too. It's an excuse to, feel good. And
I'm surprised to see so many men falling for it, though.
Yeah.
I can see the women, but it's a little stunning to see men fall. Sorry, Hassan, I just said it, buddy. It's stunning to see men fall head over heel for it. So normally men don't fall for the okie doke.
I just do it for entertainment.
Well, you sure get mighty high. You get a lot of entertainment, licking you in your mouth and everywhere. Peeing in your bed. Taking a dump in your bed.
Whoa. Stop it.
I know he peed on my sweaters. I couldn't wear it today.
And dogs stink.
One more hour to go. When I come back, straight to your calls and your super chats. Hake is coming there with the hate news, not the fake news. I'll be back in a moment. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. You know, freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow, to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
A whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It's Monday, Female Monday, February 19th, AD 2024. Stay tuned, callers. Hang tight. We will get right. JLP will be right back to your calls and more great stories and the rest of the Super Chats, hopefully. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Gun violence, no such thing. Commie Nonsense Network. CNN reports 2 police officers and a firefighter were fatally killed, while responding to a domestic incident Sunday in Burnsville, Minnesota, around 15 miles south of Minneapolis. Authorities said gunfire erupted after police were called to a home where a man was reported to be armed and barricaded inside with family members. Quote, We must never take for granted the bravery and sacrifices of our police officers and first responders that they make every day, said Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, probably not a Christian, after that shooting. Separately, services at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston, Tejas, Texas, resumed Sunday morning with a large security presence 1 week after a woman accompanied by her 7-year-old son or daughter, so-called woman, I don't know, it's confused, walked into the mega church armed with a rifle and opened fire. The child was injured in the shooting, remains hospitalized in critical condition. Put yourself in Trump's shoes. CNN says our greatest president, Donald J. Trump, Saturday announced he has a new gig, a sneaker salesman. Trump unveiled his new shoe line, Trump Sneakers, in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, saying the venture has been in the works for more than 12 years. 12 more years! The announcement came a day after a so-called judge ordered him and his companies to pay nearly $355 million in his New York City civil trial for fraudulently inflating financial statements for a decade, so they claim. Also, over the weekend, Republican presidential hopeful Nikki Haley, as you heard, was back on the campaign trail trying to appeal to voters in her home state, and Trump is going to dominate her in her own state. In a CNN interview, she cited the respective ages of Joe Biden, 81, Trump, 77, but a spry 77, as the reason she's going to stay in the 2024 race. Yeah, okay, lady. Electric vehicle propaganda. The evil Biden administration considering relaxing stringent vehicle emissions rules that they proposed last year in what could be a potential blow to EV growth, electric vehicle growth. Instead of a previously opposed rule that would rapidly increase the number of electric vehicles sold in the United States, crooked Joe Biden's new plan may give automakers until after 2030 to meet certain EV sales requirements. Rules still not finalized, expected to be released in the spring, according to Commie Nonsense Network. In the meantime, black on the inside White House officials stressing Biden's commitment to reduce emissions and the transition, not morally straight transition, away from the gas-powered vehicles, despite pushback from leading automakers and the people. Speaking of autos, Daytona 500 race today, the NASCAR Cup Series. Degenerate NASCAR, far-left extremists, anti-white, by the way. Returned to Florida today as 40 drivers vie, meaning compete, to win the Great American Race after Sunday's postponement. They postponed it due to inclement weather. Israel-Hamas war drama, 1.5 million Palestinians are sheltering in the southern Gaza city of Rafah, according to his Commie Nonsense Network. Israeli officials said that they would expand military operations in the region if hostages held by Hamas are not returned by the start of the Muslim holiday month of Ramadan, which is March 10th, roughly. Carter's relative strength, here's a quote, "His spirit is as strong as ever." That's Jason Carter, the grandson of the second or third worst president, Jimmy Carter, in recent times, sharing a statement Sunday after his grandfather marked 1 year in hospice care. That's where you go to basically die. At age 99, Jimmy Carter's the oldest living U.S. so-called president in history. Congrats, man. Make sure you catch the Hake Report live 9 to 11 a.m. right after JLP Pacific Time, then Joel Friday, then American Anchor, baby. I'm James Hake.
got to stand up strong. Face the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. Believe it or not, happy President's Day. Today is President's Day. The government is shut down. You can get involved by calling 888-7753. 773 888-77 Jesse, Jesse. Brand new biblical question. And there are two lines open if you want to jump in there. Brand new biblical question. What is trapping you? What is trapping you? Amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're busy this morning, some of you are still in bed late because you don't have to go to work. I understand it. I do understand it. Or you at the gym early, or you walking down the road, or you're feeding the cows. I know people who live on farms who are up feeding cows this morning, milking the cows, whatever. You can be listening to the show. You can podcast, but you can listen on your iPhone or iPad anywhere in the world. We are heard around the world by everybody and their mama by going to the listen line at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us, JLP Talk on X and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. Like, follow, ring the bell, subscribe, tell everybody and their mama. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com. It's Monday. And not only is it President's Day today, it is always Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. Yep. The lady's been lied to. 888-7753-773. There's one line open now. Dennis is a first-time call out of Denmark. I mean, Denise, not Dennis. Denise is a first-time call out of Denmark. Hi, Denise.
Hello, Jesse. How are you?
All is well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
I have an important question. I read some part of the Bible, and I think I know what is the role of a wife or of a woman, perhaps, I don't know. But I want to hear what is you're saying in what is the role of a wife.
Of a wife?
Yes.
Is to love her husband And to obey
Yes.
him?
Uh-huh. And?
To
For
c-
example,
like-
nowadays I'm watching your show with my boyfriend because we are still betas, you know. We are not married yet, sadly. We are betas, exactly. But I'm working at the moment in a restaurant, and I don't feel happy working outside of the house. So I wanted to ask if is that normal? Because
are
I
you-
feel happy doing things in the house.
Are you guys married?
No, but we are gonna get married in a few months.
Do you have children?
No, but there is a baby coming on the way.
Are you pregnant now?
Yes.
Well, if you are, well, you're getting married, and if you're married and you're having children or have children, you should not work outside of the home. Your responsibility, your job given to you by God is to stay home and watch over the man's children and his household.
Okay, I agree with that.
And
But,
it does, go ahead.
Yes. And but the problem is that our finances, they are not so good. And I wanted to know also if it's God's will that a wife stays at home and takes care of the household and the children. God will provide, right?
Yes, absolutely. Why doesn't he work 2 jobs so you don't have to work?
Because I think he's kind of lazy.
He kind of lazy?
No, he's not lazy, but he's studying at the moment.
Does he have a job?
He was studying as a tool maker, and now he started in this job, but it's like an internship or apprenticeship.
And so if he's not ready yet, he's not established to get married and start a family, why are you living with him and getting pregnant and doing it before time?
Why? Because I thought that he was ready. I thought that everything was ready.
But now that you know he's not ready, why are you staying with him?
Because now we're gonna have a baby, and I think that I would feel bad for leaving, because he also helped me a lot. You know, he helped me getting closer to God.
How does he help you get closer to God without a job?
He helped me because we met a few years ago, and I think that I was a bit angry, and I probably still am. I'm not sure, but I probably still am. But it kind of helps me calm down, you know. He explains things, and when I get angry, or it doesn't happen so much, but it still happens, you know. He tells me that there is no need for that, you know, and that everything will be okay, and so on and so on.
Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes.
You went and told her?
Yes, I told my mom that, and she said, well, what is that to forgive? But I didn't take it bad.
You did or you didn't?
I didn't.
You did not forgive your mother?
No, I forgave my mother.
How about
but she asked me at the time when I said, Mom, I forgive you. She asked me, why are you saying that? There is nothing to forgive. And she kind of cried a little bit. Yeah,
well, let her
I
cry. You did the right thing to forgive her. The only reason she's crying because she doesn't want to admit she was wrong. That's on her. It has nothing to do with you. And did you forgive your father?
If she forgave my father,
You.
I don't think.
Did you?
I think that my parents.
Did you?
If I forgave my father.
Right. Did you forgive your father?
Honestly, I never thought about forgiving my father because I don't think that my father. I mean, he made mistakes, but yes, I forgive the mistakes that he made. You know, but I know that he also was trying to raise us, me and my sisters.
Right on.
And my
nice.
brother, the right way. No.
Right on. Well, and are you doing the silent prayer now?
No, I don't do the silent prayer. I don't know how to do the silent prayer.
I want you to go to rebuildingtheman.com/church, and I want you to start doing the silent prayer.
Okay.
And if you stay with it, stay with the silent prayer, stay out of thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time. Your situation will be worked out. God will work your situation out if you stay present with him.
Okay.
Instead of being in your thoughts.
Mhm.
And so just to repeat, you live with this guy, you're now pregnant for him. Right now, he's not working. He's doing an internship, right?
He's doing an internship, but he's working. It's like he's working. It's an apprenticeship. He's working in this factory, and he's getting his salary also.
Oh, okay. And right now, you have to work until he's able to take care of you?
Kind of, yes.
Have you guys discussed you staying home once the baby come?
Sorry again, I didn't hear.
Have you and your fiance talked about you staying home once the baby come?
Yes, he said that because I asked and we talked, and he said that he thinks that it's a good idea if I'm a stay-at-home mom, and if we raise the children at home instead of sending them to school.
All right. Okay. Well, you'll be fine. As long as you stay home and raise the children, and let's say that things are expensive nowadays, and once he start making money on his job, if it's not enough money, you guys can cut back on some things, and he can get a second job.
Okay.
But yeah, you should be home. You should be home taking care of his baby and his house for him.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And don't be angry. Let anger pass, all right?
Uh-huh. Oh, but I have to also say something, Sometimes I know that, for example, now me working outside of the home, sometimes I kind of felt a bit angry towards my boyfriend, future husband. It's called William. And sometimes I kind of felt a bit angry towards him, kind of resentful sometimes.
And why?
And the most times, why? Because I would like to be at home, doing things at home. Because also, when I go outside of the house, believe it or not, I feel like I have to toughen up. I feel like I have to man up,
Right. You're absolutely right about that. Why don't you stop working now then, since you guys are getting married?
Because you're trying to save some money for the marriage and so on.
But just have a little, you don't have to do a big wedding at all. Just go down to the courthouse and get married. And then later, if you want to celebrate, once you're financially able to do it, you can always celebrate later. But you can go have a preacher just marry you guys or down at the courthouse.
Okay.
You don't have to you don't have to have a big deal where you have family and all that. It's just for you and him. And so keep it cheap, no big deal, and get married and do a big deal wedding later if you still want to.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the advice.
That makes sense?
It made sense.
And that way you don't have to save up money for a wedding and you could be home right now.
Okay.
But have a talk with him and see what he says, all right?
Yes, we are going to discuss that.
And let me know how
Thank
it
you
goes.
so much.
Let me know how it goes.
I will.
All right.
I will. Thank you.
You're
Have
welcome.
a nice day.
You too. 888-775-3773. Let me go. Is it Romy? Romy.
Hello?
I remember I asked you to call back today. We ran out of time.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Last week. Go ahead, Romy. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, so you told me to forgive my parents and you told me to do the silent prayer. So I did that. I forgave my parents. I've been doing the silent prayer. I first want to just thank you because it did feel like a weight was just like lifted off my shoulders. It was kind of weird, like it was different.
Yeah.
I never really felt something like that. But so we were talking about because I said I always want to be successful. You said that's all ego. You said I'm on an ego trip. And So, which I believe you now. Like, I do believe it. I was watching it back over on your show, and it was making more sense. So my question is, what should be like my motivation or like reason for doing things?
Zero. What you want to do is get up and do practical things because you need food, water, food, shelter, clothes on earth.
Yeah.
So you get up and you go to work and provide for yourself. And then you want to save some money so you can eventually buy a house. Nothing wrong with wanting a house. Put 10% away and save your money and live off the rest. Get rid of this idea because it's just an idea and it's an ego idea. It's bad for you that you want to be successful. There's no such thing as success. And then continue to seek the kingdom of God and you will become the light of the world. Your whole purpose in life is to overcome evil and return to good. You want to overcome evil and return to good. That's why you're put here to return back to the Father.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, that's what kind of was I was wondering because you told me I should probably move out too, and I was thinking, so can I like want to move out
from your parents' house?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Absolutely, and wanting to move out. Just knowing you're 18 now, you're a grown man, you want to grow up, you want to deal with the issues of life. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't make it an ego thing. It's natural to become a man and want to go out and deal with the issues of life so you can grow in the way that God intended for you to grow. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay. So I should just kind of go and like just do things instead of like thinking of like a reason, because like I'm trying to get a job right now. Like I already have a part-time job, but I'm trying to get a full-time job, and I'm trying to make more money from it. Like
right.
That's
normal. That's what God.
Normal. Okay.
God created money so you can use it in a practical way on earth as a human being.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with making more money. There's nothing wrong with moving into an apartment or a house. There's nothing wrong with buying a car. Just don't get a false sense of identity from it. Don't call it you. Don't identify with it so that if you have it, nice. If you don't, nice. If you have it, nice. If you don't be freaking out.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. So, like, yeah, just don't, even if something happens, just be completely fine if you had it or not.
100%.
Yeah.
And the beauty is, Romy, is that God loves you. He made this earth for you, his children, and you'll be fine. As long as you don't identify with it. So if you, let's say you have $1 million today and tomorrow you have $10, you feel the same way about the $10 as you would about the $1 million. You will not get an identity from it. You'll use it in a practical way to function on this earth.
Yeah, this is exactly what I needed to hear. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Okay, I got like 2 more questions. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So do you know what like a truth seeker is?
No.
It's just someone that like just always tries to like search truth. So I'll be going like deep into either like a conspiracy theory, or I've been down the whole like Bible thumper route, going deep into the Bible, trying to figure out every little specific thing. And that's bad, right?
Yes. You don't have to try to figure out anything spiritual. As long as you're seeking the kingdom of God, meaning doing the silent prayer, just watching those thoughts, consciously watch the thoughts, everything, wisdom will be revealed to you. You cannot figure that out at all. It's impossible.
Yeah, that's actually so true, because when I was doing a silent prayer, like I see all the thoughts, and it's like they're not even mine.
Right.
Like I don't want some of those thoughts in there.
Yes, that's
it's
right.
Like they're just appearing.
And again, I want you to consciously, when they come up like that, even when you don't have the thought, you stay present. You want to, everything that's going to change your life for the good is to stay conscious, to stay present, to stay one mind with God. meaning that you're not thinking about the past or future, which doesn't exist. You want to stay present through all things.
Can I, this is like off topic a little bit. Can I stay present with like, even if like I make a schedule for my day?
Yes, you can. And there's nothing wrong with making a practical schedule. You got to go to work. You want to do this at work. You want to take care of this. You want to go after work. You want to go and smack the dog. No, I'm playing. Don't hit the dog.
I don't like dogs. I ain't going to get a dog.
I don't blame you. But no, there's nothing wrong with that way you don't have to try to remember what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering where you said always like stay present and the future doesn't exist. I completely agree. I was like, how can I make even a schedule? So yeah, that
yeah, you can have a schedule. And when I say stay present, you don't want to be living in thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time. You don't want to be thinking about yesterday or tomorrow, 10 years ago, 20 years ahead, or any time. You want to always stay present because that's all that exists is right now. Nothing else exists but now. And when you are present, you are whole, you're one. But when you're living in your imagination, you're divided, and God cannot help you.
Yeah, for sure. And I see that in my own life. The imagination is like, it is evil.
Yes.
But you can see it. You can look inside yourself and see it. Anyone could do that.
Every human being is evil. And the one thing that has changed about you now that you've gone and forgiven your mother and your father, and you remember how you felt like a load was lifted? Your heart was changed from hate to love, which is of God. And now the light is on inside of you. He's going to destroy that old nature, which is the imagination and emotions. He's going to get rid of that for you. You can't do anything about it but be aware of it.
Yeah, that would be perfect because the thoughts, the more like you say it and the more like I'm looking at my own thoughts, it's like all of them are ours kind of stuff, like ego driven or just some type of evil thing behind it, and it's like not even me.
Yes.
So
100%.
Okay, so I just got one last question.
Okay.
Because you made me kind of realize that I haven't really loved anyone, like truly loved anyone in my entire life. Maybe I've truly loved them for a second or for a little bit.
No one has.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to ask you. How can I start actually loving, just loving people?
Now that you return to love, which is the nature of God, as He is changing your old nature from the evil nature to good nature, which is His, and He's loving you, and you're going to love the whole wide world in the way He loved you. You will not judge anyone. You will not be angry at anyone. You will never take anything personal. You would just understand that they cannot help it because their hearts are wicked. They have no love, so they can't see. And knowing that, you will be able to love them and expecting or wanting nothing from them at all.
Yeah.
You won't be able to judge, be angry at anyone, and that's what love is.
So it's just going to be it's just going to be a process.
It's going to happen naturally. You can't make that happen. Yeah. As the light is on now, which is God, which is love, and He's going to destroy the imagination. He's taking it all away from you, and you're going to be the light, and light is love, and you'll be fine. And it won't be a feeling. It won't be a feeling of love or a feeling of hate. It'll just be a love, and in love there is no feelings. There are no feelings.
Yeah, no, I've always known feelings, even before, I've always known feelings are weird, feelings seem evil, it's a guy would get super happy over something or just super upset, and it looks kind of weird.
Yeah, because it's evil. It is pure evil.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jesse. Thanks for answering all my questions.
And you're 18?
Yeah.
Do you smoke pot?
I used to, actually. I used to, but not anymore. I got over it. It was a little addiction, a little stronghold on me. I got over it.
Right
I
on.
over a couple years.
And don't even judge yourself about that. It was not you.
Oh, okay.
You were
Okay,
being
yeah.
influenced to
Yeah.
do that because you didn't have love at the time. And don't forget about it. It's over. It's not you now. All you have is now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
Are you, by chance, are you black or white?
I'm mixed, so my mom's white, my dad's black.
Oh, I thought I heard a little black in you.
Oh, for real?
Even though I heard a little white in you too, but I hear both.
Honestly, yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, so it's right down the middle.
But you're so fortunate, man, that at 18 years old, you are thinking about overcoming evil. You avoid a lot of hell, believe me. And so don't give up. Do the silent prayer every morning and night. Watch those thoughts. When I say watch them, as much as possible, stay conscious of thoughts. No matter how, if they make you think about sex or drugs or women or flowers or whatever, or hating someone, you watch those thoughts consciously, and the conscience of God will destroy them. And no matter how painful it gets, you watch them consciously. You want to be aware, and not to go unconscious. You want to stay conscious and go through it.
Yeah, Jesse, real quick, I am in college right now too.
Nice.
And I am trying to drop out and get an actual job. It is so evil. It is. I don't know if you know how evil it is. Every single kid is so evil. All it is sex and drugs. It's not even money yet. It's just sex, drugs, trying to have fun, thrills. The thrill seeking is crazy. It's like, how can you not? I don't even understand how people can't wake up from it because it's so evil.
Right.
It's so bad. Even in high school now. Even in high school, everyone's partying, drinking all the time.
Yeah. No, it's bad out there now. I counsel with all races of people now, young and old, and it is pure evil out there now, man. And I don't know what's going to happen to the children because they've been, even in the home with their mothers, they've been taken right into hell. And when they go to the schools and things, they're taken deeper into hell instead of overcoming. And so I like the idea, do what you want, of course, but I like the idea that you're going to stop it before you get all the debt with college and all that mess and start your life. Get a job, save your money, buy some property, and one thing from another. You'll look back and you'll have an amazing life.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jesse. I'm glad we have more time this time.
Me too. Let me know how it goes, all right? Call me again.
Yeah, I'll for sure call you again. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Yep.
18 years old. You can't beat that. Amazing. Amazing. 888-7753-773. Joel, I believe, I don't think it's Joel, even though Joel spelled his name. He spelled his name the same way. Joel, first-time caller out of Oklahoma. You're on the air.
How are you, Mr. Peterson?
All is well, sir. Thanks for calling.
Hey, I really enjoyed listening to you. I've been listening to you for a long, long time, and I just decided today to call in. I'm Native American. I live here in Oklahoma, and I wanted you to know that I don't know. I think me and you about the same age. How old are you?
I'm 74.
Oh, my, you don't look 74.
Black don't crack.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Amazing. How old are you?
Well, I'm 63.
Oh, you're young, way younger than me.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were that age. I thought you were probably about my age.
Black don't crack.
Well, I don't know about Indians. I don't have any saying for an Indian, so I'm not full blood, but I'm half and half.
Yes.
But my tribal membership is Choctaw, and I go that way because I have the tribal membership, so I say Native American.
Nice.
But I want to tell you, Mr. Peterson, I was so fortunate to be raised by two wonderful parents.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't realize we'd come to a break. Hold on. Treasure chest is now open on D-Live. Back in a moment. For me, I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone, and you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. Amazing. So the Hake report, H-A-K, Hake report coming up at the top of this hour at 9 a.m. The Hake report.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And James Hake is on fire. The guy with the good hair. And then at 11 a.m., Joel Friday TV. He black. Joel Friday TV. He has good hair, too, for a black person. I think he one of those little yellow people from Louisiana. What do you call those people?
Creole?
Creole. He got good hair like the Creole. Red bone. At 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. Energy given to him by God. I heard he crashed the plane. I just heard about it this morning. He crashed on Friday, I guess. What the?
What the?
You got to rebuke his license to fly planes. But at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. And then don't forget, you can donate. Help us to help others. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND, B-O-N-D, 411-2663. To make a donation to my nonprofit. And I do appreciate you helping us to help others, all right? And for counseling, we have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. Individual, family, of all races, men and women, everybody, and the mama. Go to rebuildingtheman.com by phone, Skype, or walk-in. But you got to make an appointment, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND. I want to go quickly back to Joel, first-time caller out of Oklahoma. And Joel was about to tell me that you were raised by good parents, Joel?
Yes, I was really fortunate. My mother was a very godly woman, and she raised us children. She was the homemaker.
Yeah.
She cooked and washed and cleaned, and my dad, he provided for the family. Now, my dad, we were raised on a farm. Now, my dad had an outside job, too, and he was strict, but he was fair. He made us work hard. He made us work hard.
Yeah.
He taught us the value of how to work, and my mother, when I would mess up when I was growing up, she would use the Bible to correct me with. She used biblical stories, in the Bible to correct me. And I just can't thank the Lord enough for
the way I was raised and seeing the way what kids and people are going through right now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same way, Joe. I was so grateful that my parents and grandparents taught me to work and be responsible and to treat people the way I would like to be treated. And
yes, sir.
And they don't have that anymore, and the people are suffering as a result of it.
They have no respect for anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Now, when I was growing up, Mr. Peterson, I right in the middle of civil rights when I started school and everything, you know. And the children that we went to school with that were black, we had no problems.
Yeah.
We had no problems. They were country kids, and they was all raised like we was. And we didn't look at, my mother raised me. Now, I'm a chaplain, and I've been a Christian for most of my life, and I follow the Lord the best I can. Now, I stumble and fall. I am a sinner. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was, but my mother, she didn't teach me to look at people by what they color of their skin. And I just don't see it that way.
Right on.
Mr. Peterson.
Yep.
I don't look at you as if you know, they say we have racism today. If we would just start calling one another a man, when I look at you, I'll say that man right there, and you look at me and say, that man right there, Joel, or that woman, and not say that black man or that white man. You know, that's the way I was raised.
Yes, absolutely, man. I remember when they first integrated my school down in Alabama. They did it in 1968, the last year as I was about to graduate. And we had white teachers and things that came. Nothing changed. Down in Alabama, there were no fights at schools. There were different classes that the white teacher brought that we didn't have originally, and we just fell right into place learning those classes. It wasn't all this mess that we see happening now between the races, man.
We all played together and got along together. I went home. The kids come to my house after school and stay all night. We go to their house and stay all night, you know, and we didn't have any problems till the inner city kids. They would have cousins that live in Oklahoma City, and they couldn't get along, couldn't do nothing with them in school up in the inner city.
Yes.
So they ship them down to our school, our little country school that we had. That's when the trouble started.
Absolutely, man. I forgot about that. That is such a good point. And go ahead.
That's all the kids, we all got along great.
Yeah.
Until the inner city kids started moving down to our school, and then that's when my trouble started, you know. And they kind of messed things up, and I'm saying the kids didn't get along as good, you know. There was always a friction there, and
that's how it was with the black kids from Alabama. When they went to Indiana or Chicago, they could not get along with the black children in the inner cities. They would fight. The black kids in the inner city would be jealous of the kids from Alabama, and it would just be a mess. They could not get along. And they were the same color, but because they were raised differently, they could not get along.
I had two young men that I graduated with. I'm not going to say their names, but they both came out of the city, and I had to fight one of them when I was in middle school or junior high. He was tough. He was a tough dude, and it turned out one day he went too far, and I told him, I said, if you don't straighten up, you're gonna get out of here, and I said, you're gonna be in trouble. And him and the other cousin of his went to the Army. They came out of the Army and they robbed a bank in Wichita Falls and got in trouble.
Yeah.
And I worry about my grandkids. You know, how are we what's gonna happen? You know.
Yeah, it's tough out there, man. Joe, I gotta run because of time. Will
I
you call
know.
me again?
I will, and let's keep trusting in the Lord, because He says 365 times in His Word, "Fear not, fear not." So
that's right. God is not of fear.
I appreciate you, and I love you a bunch, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
You bet. See you later.
All right, buddy. Nice information from the past. It wasn't like they've been telling you people. The races were not treating each other. You've been lied to. Stacy, there's one line open. Stacy out of California. You're on the air, Stacy. Hey, Stacy. The other children always laughed at me. No, Stacy. I'm going to put Stacy on hold just in case she hit mute and she's screaming and can't get me. Kristen, I believe that's right. A first-time call out of Connecticut. Kristen, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I've got a question about my relationship.
Uh-huh.
So I've been in this relationship for it's almost 7 years, and we did everything wrong, okay?
Yeah.
In the beginning.
I understand.
So it's like we're stuck. And so it's like in the beginning he moved in with me. It just seemed to be the best option at the time, because I got pregnant. And so I was living under my parents because I was renting their rental home.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally I was paying all the bills and taking care of the vehicles and all of the basic responsibilities of an adult, right? Which is fine. He came in and he worked and everything, but we realized we had to get out from underneath my parents, because it was just too. We have to, go out on our own. So this last year, we've been on our own, but we're still stuck in this cycle where I'm just I'm doing all the responsibilities.
Right.
And I try to just do them, and but it gets heavy, so then it just all spills out, and I'm just like a stress ball, and I'm stressing over the finances, and I'm going about it in the wrong way. But I don't know how to hand over this stuff to him, and he doesn't know how to take it.
What does he say about it? When you talk to him about it, you have children, right?
Yes, we have one child together, and then we have one. I have a son that is with another man.
Oh, I see. And when you talk, what does your husband? Is he your husband or boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
Oh, he's your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Dump him. Don't be mad at him. Dump him. And don't look for another man. Work on you. Forgive your mother, your father. Do the silent prayer. Watch those thoughts, and your situation will be worked out. God will work it out for you. There's not one situation in life that He will not work out. But if you're with a man, you're not even married, and then you're working, and everything's on you, you could do that by yourself.
I could hand it to him. I think he would.
Come back to the phone. Come back to the phone.
Okay. If there were a way that I could hand it over to him, I think he would take it, though.
But he wants to do it, but you won't let him?
I don't know how to, teach him how to do it. Or, we just have
Oh, What the? You don't know how to teach him how to do what?
Just like, so we have a business together. And so I run the payroll. I call, keep in contact with clients. And so there's a lot of stuff that would need to be handed over.
But can he hire someone to do it? Your job?
Yeah.
We
we can.
We'll just say, hey, I'm quitting. Hire someone to do my job. Give him 2 to 3 weeks notice, and then just quit.
Okay.
Is that difficult?
Well, no, I think it'd be fine.
We'll have a good talk with him so he'll know. Don't argue. Don't be angry. Just say, hey, I can't handle this anymore. I'm going to quit in 2 to 3 weeks. I suggest you hire someone to take my job.
Okay. That sounds good.
Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes.
Okay, stay with that, all right?
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me know how it goes.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Amazing. Just quit. Super chat. Super.
Canadian David is a monthly supporter, subscriber on Rumble, Jesse Lee Peterson Rumble.
You got to know how to rumble.
The Bible talks about babbling like the pagans do in prayer. Jesus says not to do that. Jesus says simply to be still.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Shout out to Damuski over on twitch.tv, JLP Talk on Twitch.
Twist, toss, and turn.
Not twist.
Oh.
Twitch. Forgive your mama.
Like that?
So now he's twitching. Convulsing. Seizure.
Amazing.
Forgive your mama bought a coffee. What does it mean when the cow emoji, eat the cabbage? Lettuce emoji, question mark.
It's like when you stop hating people and you just be honest, but don't judge them like that.
Emily bought a coffee. Not very pithy. I'll do my best. Jesse, you make me laugh more than anyone else on YouTube. Love learning how to be a closer follower of God through forgiveness so I can be forgiven. My mother cheated on my dad. Is a very angry woman and made me and my brother's childhood hell. Forgiving her has been the only advice I've ever heard that's led to more peace in my life. More important since I'm a mom now, too. After working a year at a career I thought was my dream come true, I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, more passionate about homemaking and homeschooling because I love nothing more than serving my husband and being the one in charge of raising my soon-to-be 2 children.
Right on.
Love you, Jesse. God bless.
Amazing. Stay with it, and things will be well. It'll just get better. Do not go back to anger. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for being a voice against the feminist movements.
Right on.
David sent you a PayPal saying, Jesse, how should artists, musicians, and writers use their gifts for God? Too much media is based in bad values. How do we fight back?
Well, don't think about, I'm using my gift for God, right? That's just a thought, and it won't be true. Just take your talent and use it and let the chips fall where they may, all right? That's how you do it. And in the meantime, you seek the kingdom of God His right way. And He'll guide it. He'll make everything happen. He'll make it possible. Thank you.
Faith bought a coffee. What if my hubs wants intimacy 1 to 2 times a week? If I don't, he says it means I don't appreciate love and honor. If he has to ask for it, it means he's not truly a priority. JLP doesn't resonate with him, but he's happy about me overcoming. What do I do?
If she doesn't have sex twice a week?
Yeah, then he says that it means that she doesn't appreciate him, and especially if he has to ask, then if he has to ask for it, then it's a problem. It means that she's not making him a priority.
Just say to him, sex is not love; it's just sex. I love you because I don't resent you. I appreciate you. Let's see what happens. Let me know. Thank you.
Forgive your mama bought a coffee. How do you know if you're living in the presence of God? Flying star emoji.
Repeat that.
How do you know if you're living in the presence of God?
You can see. You will be able to see. Amazing. Thank you.
Elijah gave a couple of diamonds. Blats beat dogs. Asians eat them. Is Jesse Mike Vick's uncle? Remember Michael Vick?
Right.
He was dog fighting or something.
I remember that. Whatever happened to Michael? Amazing. That's interesting. Thank you. And I'm not telling you to beat the dog. I'm just telling you that don't try to pretend the dog is a human. The dog is not a human being. And you should treat people better than you treat dogs, but you shouldn't be mean to dogs either. They're put here for us, but not to make them into human beings and treat humans like dogs. What the? Thank you.
Canadian David, I just see my dog as a decent creature who I took responsibility for. I wouldn't get another pet until I have kids to show them responsibility, and if I have a farm ground for dog work or something.
Amazing. Who let the dogs out? Thank you.
Matthew on YouTube, 3 coffees. I'm a delivery man, see hundreds of a-hole dogs every day, and I know it's because they got a-hole owners. Sorry, kids, ladies, JLP. The worst ones are them little yippy dogs. Don't nobody want to hear your dog yapping all day.
That's right. What a mess. Keep your dogs away from other. They call you into the dog. They don't mean everybody into dogs. What the? Thank you.
Iman from the Netherlands bought 3 coffees. Blessed be your day, Jesse, and you're the one and only great crew. I live in NL, the Netherlands, I guess, and I'm brown and slow, so sometimes behind a little USA news. Have you and your crew ordered the Trump golden sneakers yet?
They sold out.
I couldn't get them over here at all. What a mess. Sold out in minutes, I heard.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day. American flag emoji, probably Holland flag emoji, and salute emoji.
Amazing. Thank you, but Hassan was just showing me and telling me this morning that Trump's shoes sold out in one day.
Quicker than Jordan's.
They sold out before the word could get out to everyone. Amazing. And thank you. I wish you well as well. Thank you.
Not a victim bought a coffee. Hello, waving emoji. My dad just died and left me an inheritance of 4 rent houses. It was going to be 19, but luckily I had that decreased. I do not want a perfect life like my dad. Please pray for my life to get worse. Praying hands emoji. I need a miracle.
Stay with the silent prayer and watch. All right? Amazing. Congratulations, by the way. Thank you.
3 diamonds from Stan69. A dog is a dog. It will never be equal to a human.
Right.
These days, dogs are just an unnecessary expense. Unless you live in a farm, then yes, you need a dog.
What human beings are created in the image of God, not dogs. Dogs are not created in the image of God.
So all dogs do not go to heaven?
That's for sure.
Elijah gave a diamond. Plats hate dogs more than saying ask properly. They hate dogs more than saying ask properly. Because they say axe.
Right. Amazing.
Iman from the Netherlands bought 3 more coffees at Joelle. To Joelle, a dog question. The mouth of animals from the wolf or canine family have a bacteria in which disinfects wounds and make it heal faster. If you like doc use, then he has a documentary for you, Joelle. If you're interested, JLP and crew, it's amazing. Everything explained. Peace. American flag emoji. Holland, I think emoji. Salute
amazing. Thank you.
Shout out to the top contributors, Elijah, Stan69, 555-555-565 over on D Live. Appreciate you guys for the support over there on Jesse Lee Peterson D Live. And thanks, guys. I do believe. Oh, Free Your Mind bought a coffee. Morning, Jesse from New Zealand.
Right on. Thank you for your mind.
Do I need to forgive everyone I hurt? Sad emoji.
No, you just forgive your parents. Got to take away anger, and you would have forgiven all. Amazing.
And now that's all for now. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys. Big Bump is going to be with Hake in a few minutes here. Big Bump is guest hosting with Hake. He always brings news that we have not heard of before, and it's amazing. Stacy, let's try Stacy again.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, Stacy.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I've been working on myself, and now the spirit is saying to leave. And so I see all this ugly is going on here. It's so ugly, and it's telling me to leave from my environment, from where I'm at. But I'm also looking for like a place to go.
So you live in a bad environment, in a neighborhood or something?
Well, the neighborhood isn't bad, but the individual is not.
So you're living with someone that has a bad spirit?
Yeah, it's not good.
Is it your husband?
Not good. No, I'm not married.
Is your boyfriend?
No boyfriend, no sex, no nothing.
Your dog?
Just somebody that when I was going through what I was going through, I looked at him as a friend. Now that I see him for who he is, it's not right.
Are you angry at him?
And then I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, but I'm not angry with him. I'm not angry with him or hate him because he is who he is. I can't change him. But
so what's your question?
Okay, the spirit is saying to leave.
What spirit?
And I'm the spirit of God.
He gave you some money to leave with?
No.
How does spirit tell you to leave and he ain't gave you no money to leave with?
Because the spirit is saying, okay, just like in the Bible, it speaks that.
Stacey, do me a favor because of time. Can you call me first thing in the morning?
Okay, I will.
Okay, we start at from 6 to 9 a.m. We're out of time now. Call me in the morning tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What now? Ask that spirit to give you a check or something, girl. I'm out of time. Get on this straight and narrow. Forgive, and then get on the straight and narrow. I'm telling you, it'll be amazing. Don't be angry. It's never a time to be angry. There's never any reason at all to be angry. All right? I am out of time. The Hake Report is coming up now. Big Bob is in with Hake, guest hosting today. Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Derek out of Tennessee. Christopher, a first-time caller, out of M.I. Crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, hardback, I, Mississippi. I'm out of time. Call me tomorrow if you guys can. All right? Amazing Female Monday. Amazing. Take care, folks.
You must know that so you can. Something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause you must know that so you can. Something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way.
So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax.